Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy CV with another reaction video. Let's get right into it. This one's called Denmark's Forest Kindergartens. Someone requested this a while ago, and I figured we'd just, it's on my list, and why not just react to it and see what this is about? I don't know if it's a kindergarten that's in the middle of some jungle or something. I don't know, but let's get this video to 100 likes. We can. Appreciate you guys. Let's do it. What the heck? Did you see that baby? Look at that baby. This man right here look like he's full. He's like, I'm ready for bed. Dinner's done. I'm ready for bed. That kid looks like he just had a good meal, doesn't he? Look at him. Yeah, he's I'm ready for bed. Build your neat classroom. In a safe place to learn.
Up there. Up there.
Oh my god, they're gonna freeze out here in the forest.
I was very worried about the water.
Once in a while, there's a child, I'm freezing.
What did you think when you came from England and you first saw kids playing like this?
It freaked me out.
Bro, was this child just making a spear, getting ready for war?
Like this?
It freaked me out.
This is what? How old is this kid? He's ready for war. Kids Gone Wild. What? Copenhagen. I know somebody from Copenhagen. I always say it like that to Copenhagen.
4-year-old Nicola Towns is joining her kindergarten friends in the forest.
Okay.
They're not on an excursion. This forest is their kindergarten.
Ah. I kind of like that.
Troldøer her også trold op i den her skov. Prøv at se. Troldene har taget deres ører af.
It's freezing today, only 5 degrees. But even when it's raining, snowing, or minus 20 degrees, you'll find these children playing and learning outside.
Den der kravler der.
Hey, I like this.
Så her bor de inde under om vinteren. Så sådan passer insekter på dem selv. De kan bo inde under barken.
It might sound extreme, but it's not unusual in Denmark, where 10% of the preschools, about 500 of them, are forest kindergartens. They're run by pedagogues like Johan Leigård, someone with a university degree in human development.
Nej, hvad gør vi så? Hopper I bare ned her, eller hvad? I løber bare.
Hey, hold on, bro. Careful there, dude. I actually like this because I think the best way to teach kids is just to let them explore. Like the fact that you take a hold of snail, things that they just find outside, then you explain to them what that is, what's happening. You could just teach them about life right there. The fact that these kids are like cold and different weather, that's teaching moment, right? You teach them why the weather's this way. There's so many teaching opportunities, but let a kid make a mistake in real world. I think this is awesome because when I was in school in my country, it's kind of sort of the same thing. Like when I saw the kid with the knife, it's really not that big of a deal to me because when I was 5 years old, I was doing stuff like that. So, and we would trust it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't trust a 15-year-old here in America to even go get close to a knife. I'm gonna be honest with you, because they can't even cross the goddamn street by themselves. It's bad. So yeah, I actually do like this because there's a lot of teaching moments that's all around you. It doesn't have to be books. So if you're gonna talk about a snail in a book, why not show the person the snail? Here, touch it, smell it. You can feel the shells, all that. I think it's just awesome. I don't have a problem with this, man. And the fact the kids are just gonna, they're going to be a little bit more advanced when it comes to certain things, and you smarten up too, right? Different weather. I don't know. I just like the whole concept. This is cool to me. And by the way, look at these kids, man. They're all dirty. Look at this. Nobody's worrying about what color you are type of thing. Nobody's going to worry about, oh, do you have the new Michael Jordan shoes on? Oh my God, look at your shirt. So there's none of that. The kids are too cold to be thinking about that stuff. They're too cold and dirty to even be thinking about what kind of shoes you got on or sweater. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like this.
You have a lot of visitors come from overseas to see how you do things
That
here.
looks fun too.
How do
As
they
a
react?
kid,
They are thinking, what are we doing? And when do you learn to go to school? And why there is no fence? And wow.
yeah, but it teaches kids so many things.
It's an important
Responsibility.
for young children to learn what it is to maybe be cold, what it is to be wet,
Yes.
and survive that.
I love this concept,
My name is
man.
Jane Williams-Siegfredsen. I came to Denmark over 20 years ago and was amazed at the outdoor things that young children were doing, and I now live and work here.
Jeg skal bare styre det her skib.
Jane's the author of a book.
Do you see the imagination going wild already? He says that's a ship and he's going to steer the ship because of a big log. So many things happening here. Why is this tree leaking? Did the tree just throw up? Why is it so? Is that algae? Jesus Christ. There's a teacher moment. Teach them what that is. I think this is great.
On forest education in Denmark. She's brought me to a forest kindergarten near her home outside of Viborg.
He's in the tree and it's only a very thin sapling tree that's very, very wobbly. It takes an awful lot of balance to sit in that and use both hands at the same time.
That's cool.
In an ordinary playground, they wouldn't have the opportunities to develop those physical skills.
Bro, this is awesome.
Jane runs outdoor education workshops for teachers and carers from around the world, including Australia. While we've been talking, the kids have moved on to their next activity.
Are you going to tell me this isn't as dangerous as it looks?
No, it's not dangerous. The children have learned how to use the knife properly. So it's not seen
Away
as some
from you.
kind of weapon. It's a tool for doing.
It's true. It is a tool. They're not looking at it as weapon, right? Kids like, oh, this tool sharpens this, and that's all that is. The amount of trust that you have in these kids, that goes a long way. Bro, this is so... I'm for this. I'm all about this. Let me tell you guys something really quick. I know I like to stop and talk, but hey, it's a reaction video. I'm reacting, okay? Still me. I forgot his name, but the black dude who's a scientist, I forget his name, but that dude is cool. I like listening to him. He said I was sitting on a bench and I watched a mother coming down towards me, and he said that the mother was holding the daughter's hand and she's like just jumping while they're walking. But it's raining. So the mother's holding an umbrella and holding the daughter, but the daughter's just like skipping. And he goes, oh, I see that girl. I see that girl coming towards that big puddle. And he's like praying because he's a scientist. He goes, I am praying the mother lets that little girl just jump in that water because there's so many things that she can learn just from that little experience. And then you can tell that little girl about it. And then as the mother kept coming, getting closer to the puddle, she went around the puddle. That little girl never got the opportunity to jump in that puddle. But in his head as a scientist, he goes, man, so many lessons that little girl just missed right there. I thought that was so cool just to even think about, you know. That's what I'm seeing with these kids. Let them explore, experience, and figure things out on their own. And the fact that they have your trust, that's amazing. All right.
Something such as whittling. I think many cultures like
That's
to
how it
wrap
was in
their
my
children
country.
up in cotton wool. I
Yeah,
don't
my
think
country-
that's about a lack of love here for children by their parents.
Yeah.
They see it in a different way. That in fact, children should have the chance to be free.
I don't know. I like it, man. That would never happen in America. I'll tell you that right now, bro. Not the knife. There it is. Jump in the puddle. That's what I'm talking about.
Så tænker det højere og højere op med
So what's your approach to safety here?
You have to use your
look at
brain.
them.
And if you trust that the kids, they can take care of themselves.
That's what I said.
Are you
They
afraid
trust.
of anything?
This kid, just this right here, he has no fear. Like he's probably get over his
I was
fear
watching
at
this
this
boy
age,
climb to the very
getting
top
up
of the
that
tree,
high.
other boys hitting the log with the stick very close to each other. I couldn't see you or anyone else.
I was standing up there and I saw it too.
You saw it?
Yes.
You weren't
He said
worried?
sorry too.
No.
I love the way they talk. Man. I love the
that's
accent.
a part of the play, almost every day. And
Unlike his
they
Chelsea
learn-
hat, but
And they learn to be careful.
dude, I love this, man.
Sometimes they hit, yes, they got a little accident. But that's the way to learn.
It happens. Like if this kid falls and gets hurt,
Only once I have to drive
Lesson
to
learned.
the hospital with a boy with a big injury in 17 years. So I'm not worried.
And what was the injury?
It was a parent who drove over a foot of a kid.
wow. How did they drive over the kid's foot?
Godt, der kommer en pind. Det er godt, Nicolai. Der er en pind bagved dig nu, siger de.
The world's first forest kindergartens were founded in Scandinavia in the early 50s. Today they're also popular in Germany, Austria and Switzerland.
Really? That is cool, man. This dude looks like a gnome.
Some locations are more challenging than others. Johann's kindergarten sits less than 100 metres from a fjord, but there aren't any fences because they're not needed.
What's a fjord? This a fjord? Oh, it's at the river.
Why do you stop here, Carl?
Fordi her må vi ikke gå. Man skal have en pædagog med deroppe fra, inden man går over.
They know better.
I think one of the big things that I see here
This is
is
cool.
the amount of trust that there is in Denmark. That there is no formal inspection of kindergartens. There's no one that comes.
And that's the thing, man. See, I said that too. Trust. That's important. You trust a child. Put it this way: if this was to happen in America, you're gonna hear a lot of "Nope, stop it, nope, hey, you stop, nope." Even with my son, I try not to say no and stop all the time because I'm like, oh, you want to try to get up and try to reach for the TV? Oh, go ahead. And then he falls on his butt. He cries. I go, that's what happens when you try that. I don't tell him, hey, stop, no. Now, did I do that? Yeah, there was a few things that I did, but most of the time, I just let my son go ahead. When you get hurt, you're going to see what's going to happen. You won't do it again. I know, call me a terrible parent, but I think you got to let kids make mistakes, man, and stop saying no. Hey, teach. If they're not going to harm themselves, I mean, I'm talking about really harm themselves. Let their finger get caught in the door. Oh, they'll learn.
Round
Maybe that's just me, man.
that you're doing what you should be doing.
I think this is important at this age. I think it's very important.
But how easy is it for parents like Nicola's mother Nadia to trust the pedagogues and their own kids?
I know my sisters, so they can run down to the water. I was like, yeah, but they don't do that. They know
Right.
where they're allowed to go to. They don't.
It's 'cause you don't
them.
trust
Do
kids.
you think a lot of it's based on trust?
A lot.
Yes.
But I must say I'm happy that I'm not down here during the day because I'm a bit worried when Emil crawls into the top of a tree.
So you're
I
happy
mean,
that you can't see it?
You'll be
Yeah,
paranoid a little bit. Yeah, I get
I
it.
am.
I think this is awesome, dude.
At Nadia's house, I meet her husband, Paul. He's English. Danish forest kindergartens came as a big culture shock.
In England, kids can be harmed in any way, falling out of a tree or something like that. Then they won't allow it.
There are just a handful of forest kindergartens in the UK. The US only opened its first in 2007.
Really?
Australia 5 years ago.
I didn't even know
What
US
do you
had
think
it.
it is about Denmark that they can get away with that they can't in England?
It's hard to explain. I really don't know what it is about the Danes. It's just a very relaxed frame of mind they've got.
Hey,
about
shout out to
everything.
Danish people, man. They are very relaxed people,
One of the
man.
main reasons Nadia and Paul have sent both Nicola and her
I know a guy from Denmark, man, who could drink. And I tried to drink with him before, man. I couldn't do it. That man can drink.
6-year-old sister Jessica to a forest kindergarten is their fear that the virtual world is distracting the girls from the natural one.
As soon as they come home, all they want to do is play the iPad. That's what they want to do. Well, you know, that worries us that they'll do that. So we try to encourage them to go outside and play more.
Surely not everyone's convinced about the value of an outdoor education. This
love
is
it.
Jessica's primary school. I've come here because I thought the teachers might be concerned at how kids from a forest kindergarten struggle to adapt in the classroom.
Do you notice any difference between her and the kids who've come from normal kindergartens?
Not at all. They are all prepared to go to school. My own son went to forest kindergarten.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Why would they think there'll be a difference? Do they think, oh, they're out in the wild just doing everything. They don't know how to sit and pay attention. No, those things can be taught in the forest as well. Following direction is being taught. So I don't see why they would even think that like it'll be a hard transition when they start to go into the classroom. As a matter of fact, those things should be taught at home anyways. When you sit your kid down to eat dinner, that's where those discipline comes in anyway, right? Like as a parent, you should be doing that at home anyways. Or if the kid goes to church, like you learn how to sit and try to pay attention before you even get to the classroom anyway. So I don't know. I don't see why there would be an issue anyway.
My own son went to forest kindergarten.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you never
Even her
had any
kid.
worries about how he would go at school? Or
No,
how children...
not at all.
What do you think about the idea that the children should be using their time in kindergarten to start to learn some reading, some writing, some maths, to get ready for school?
I think this is work spoiled because they are not ready. You have to learn them to be interested in learning.
Over the last 20 years, the number of outdoor kindergartens in Denmark has roughly doubled. And now the forest gospel is spreading. Even
Nice.
schools are looking to take the class outdoors.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Now there's a lot of research been done that shows that children are less stressed, that children concentrate more, that children are ill less often.
It's
that
literally
their
not school.
Motor development
It's
is
fun.
far, far better for being outdoors than indoors.
And a lot of teachers is, getting, yes, I can, oh, it works. So I'm happy.
Hey, man, I like this, dude. I like it, man. Look, this is... You can't teach that in a classroom, man. You cannot teach this in classroom. This is a real life experience. Like, let those kids touch the rock. Let them know what rain feels like. Let them know what cold feels like. What do you do when you're cold? You got to be prepared. There's so many life lessons that I don't care if a 3 or 4-year-old doesn't know what color is the jungle yet or what color is the frog. Like, no, we're in the real life. We'll see a frog. We'll tell them that's frog right there is poisonous. That's green. That's not. That's a toad. That's a tadpole. There's so many lessons. Like for me, when I came to this country, school was different for me because I wasn't born here. And man, I just hated school. Now, I was a smart kid, but I just hated school because I felt like what I was being taught was so boring to me. Like I love learning things, but school was so boring to me, man. And the people that was teaching some of the stuff, I wasn't even happy about what they were teaching. So it didn't make me happy. Like I want to learn this stuff. It was just so boring. School was boring. Most of the stuff that I've learned in life, I've learned I taught myself, or I've learned after I left school. And I learned about computers, and I got a couple of degrees, and none of it had to do with school. It's all self-taught. It's crazy, man. Like, school really did, like, in my opinion, it really didn't do any good for me, man. I got into fights. I played sports. I went to school, looked at girls, and that's about it, man. That's about it. School's boring to me. But what these guys are doing here, this is fun. This is not school. Like, even in America, I can't even imagine a kid climbing a tree. If you do, oh, we're calling the parents, or you got to sit down, time out, take a nap. No, let him climb. If he falls, he's going to learn a hard lesson, but that's life. You fall, you got to get up. Anyways, man, I appreciate the person who suggested this video. I know I talk a lot, but like, this was fun. This was cool. I like this video, and I hope more countries do this. And I didn't even know United States did this in 2007. I would like to know what state did this. It can't be my state. Oh, heck no. Anyways, man, always keep your head up. Love y'all. Till next time. Peace.